how to go live in landscape mode. Okay. So this is the first time I'm going live in, I don't know, a year or two. So I'm gonna let the room fill up a little bit before I start on my topic. So basically today I want to talk about becoming unreachable and unrecognizable in 2024 or any year. So we are in November, and we only have about 2 months left, and this is a time for transformation. This is a time to really buckle down on our goals and become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that took you for granted. So number one, I'm rocking a 30-inch unit from GALAXI So I'm really excited. A lot of y'all know I had locks for 5 years, and I finally, after a year of thinking about this and crying about it and getting emotional about it, I finally cut my locks off and did what I wanted to do. Now I have creative freedom to change my look up and, switch it up. So the first look that I did post cutting my locks off was this unit. So if you guys are interested, then you already know, head to galaxygirlhair.com. So become unreachable and unrecognizable. A lot of us have this problem with people pleasing, right? It doesn't really matter what somebody does to us. It doesn't matter how someone has disrespected us or clearly showed us that they don't have our best interests at heart. Sometimes when you are happy with yourself, when you are confident in yourself and you love yourself and you can't really fathom the mindset of a hater, you always put yourself in Captain Save a Girl, Captain Save a Guy mode. So you try to love these people out of their misery. You try to love these people out of their unhappiness. And people will show you time and time again that you cannot change someone that does not want to be changed. And once you acknowledge that someone has jealousy in their heart for you, most likely you're not going to be able to change that. Let me put this up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, most likely you're not going to be able to change or heal jealousy within someone else, because that is something that they have to confront within themselves. So people with this attachment style where they try to give more when someone is giving them weird energy, like they try to love them out of these feelings. They try to support them out of these feelings. And it's almost like once somebody shows us their true colors and how they feel about us, it's like we try to go above and beyond to, hey y'all. It's like we try to go above and beyond to try to turn that person's perception positive, or try to get them to like us or appreciate us. And one thing that I learned over the years Listen, you cannot, you cannot love someone into appreciating you. You can't love someone into not taking you for granted. Like, once someone has decided in their mind that they're going to mistreat you for whatever reason, they're going to hold back any opportunities or any blessings that could benefit you, or once they decided that that's the role that they're playing in your life, it's best that you distance yourself. Just go ahead and distance yourself, because you're not going to change these people's mind. A lot of times, the only thing that's going to make these people appreciate you and begin to respect you is if you bless them with your absence. Okay? So let me know in the comments, like, have y'all had this anxious attachment style to whenever you felt someone pulling away from you, you tried to pull into them? Like, you tried to do the exact opposite. You tried to do more for them. You tried to support them more. You tried to love them more. You tried to be around them more. You thought, maybe if I just, show them that I'm a good friend, or show them that I'm a good partner, if I just show them, that they don't have any reason to feel like this toward me, then I can change their mind. And that does not happen often. That doesn't happen. Normally, you have to distance yourself and bless these people with your absence in order to finally gain their respect, because people don't appreciate things until they lose them, right? So, I've experienced, like, being in friendships and relationships where first of all, I'm always a giver in any relationship I'm in. Like, I'm the type of person, and I've done this before, like, many times. I've bought like 15 different people Christmas gifts during the holidays, because I'm just like that. Like, giving gifts is my love language. Allowing people to benefit off of, my resources. That's like me showing them that, like, I mess with you. Like, if I get free wigs, or I get free products, like, whatever homegirl is around me that I'm close to, like, whenever I feel like it's beneficial to her to have her on my channel, do her hair or whatever, or if I just have a friend that, I'm trying to show love to, I extend gifts and I extend my resources to these people. And and I started to cultivate relationships that were non-reciprocal, because I showed my love language in that way, because I would always give to people and that would be my love language. I started to create little monsters around me, right? Little monsters. People would expect me to give something to them as a form of me, like, proving my friendship to them. So instead of them just loving me for me, instead of them just saying, you know what, I love Zakia because she's a good person and she never crossed me and she's giving and whatever, it's like, if I don't do something for someone, or if I put up a boundary in any way, it's like all of a sudden people think that we're not friends anymore, or people think that, like, I'm acting weird toward them. So number one, I had to take accountability that I was cultivating relationships that were based on me giving, right? And when they say, like, if you don't, dang, it's like a piece of hair, okay? When they say, like, if you don't call someone, or if you don't text someone, or if you don't give something to someone for a long period of time, you'll realize who your real friends are and who's just around you for your resources and for, the things that you have. That's true. Like, if you don't hit someone up for a year or for a couple months, and you know, you realize that they're not hitting you up as well, then you kind of see, okay, well, that's where we stood. Like, I didn't know where we stood, but now I know, because if I don't hit you up, you'll probably never hit me up, you know? Or if I don't invite you out, we're probably never going to see each other, you know? So it's like, you have to, I'm not saying test your friendships, but just be aware, you know? If you bought birthday gifts for a friend or for a family member, and you're always around when, you know, they're celebrating or they're having a party, or if they're, you know, whatever, like you're always just there, you're always present, and you realize that this person is not there for you on your birthday, they don't care to give you a gift, they don't care to have that reciprocal relationship, that just shows that they look at you like someone that probably has it all. They look at you like someone who don't need nothing, you know. You have enough, so they don't have to show love to you or give to you. And people that love you, they will show you that they love you. People that appreciate you, they will show you that they appreciate you. And the moment you draw back, you'll realize how one-sided your relationships really are. So become unrecognizable and unreachable to people that did not appreciate you when they had the chance to. Become unrecognizable and unreachable to people who did not listen to your perspective or take your side when you needed support, when you needed friends, when you needed someone to be on your side in a situation, right? They want to be on your good side when you're feeling magnanimous and when you're feeling giving and when you're throwing events and, you know, when you're sharing your resources, but they don't actually want to have your back when it counts. Right? Now it's all of a sudden my name Bennett and I ain't in it, right? Now it's, oh, I'm neutral. It wasn't neutral when I was having your back. It wasn't neutral when I was making enemies literally just to defend you. It wasn't neutral when I was literally cutting people off for you, right? But also that's something that we have to take accountability for as well. Like, if you are a people pleaser, if you have people pleasing syndrome, if you have an anxious attachment style to you, where you try to make people appreciate you and you try to make people see your light and see your value, when they're not acting like it, or they're not really, like, you know, giving you the energy that you give them, you know, you're not really doing anything but wasting your energy, you know? You're not doing anything but wasting your energy. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, right? So in my last relationship, it was hard for me to really carry out my creative endeavors to their highest capacity and to plan big things for myself, because I was trying to lift up my partner so much, and I was trying to convince my partner of his light and of his gifts and his talents, and he used to compare us a lot, right? One thing that I cannot stand is when men compare themselves to women. Men and women are not the same, okay? Women can use beauty and femininity as a superpower socially and in their careers, right? But men are not able to use that, so they try to they try to like down women, and they try to make it seem like we're not deserving just because we have these strengths and these gifts, right? So my ex would try to downplay my social media platforms because he would say, well, you know, I'm this in real life and I do this in real life and I'm not a social media nigga, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why are you saying this right in front of me like I don't run my business on social media? Like, are you trying to give me a sign? Are you trying to tell me something here? Because if you were successful on social media, whatever, I don't think that I would say that to someone. Like, I don't think that I would be defending myself to that extent. You know what I'm saying? But that just shows, you know, insecurity in that person. And he would also say things like, oh, you know, if I never went to college, I would have been famous by now and I would have been an artist by now. And if I was doing what you were doing, you know, following my path, then, you know, I would have been, you know, where I needed to be. And I used to try to remind him, like, you can't compare me and you. It doesn't make any sense, you know? You going to college was a blessing for you, you know? You met certain people, you got to network, you know, you learned whatever you learned. You have a degree, for goodness sake. Like, at least you have bragging rights for a degree, you know? So I used to try to like encourage him to not compare our journeys because, listen, there are things that you have that I lack, and there are things that I have that you lack. And now that we have come together, we can help each other on these things and we can fill in the blanks. But you're so busy comparing your journey and my journey that you're losing sight on your own blessings. You're losing sight on how I can actually bless you as your partner. And you're only seeing the negatives. And not only that, but you're also like defending yourself a little bit too much. And you're trying to make me like, you're like throwing shade while you're trying to defend yourself, like insinuating that, oh, my success isn't real, isn't tangible because, oh, you do this in real life. It's like, my money's real, my clients are real. You know what I'm saying? The followers and the look of it may be superficial and that may be an illusion, but my money is real. My money is quantifiable. My success is quantifiable. My achievements are quantifiable. So I don't want to hear nothing about what you have that someone that built their business on social media doesn't have. Like, you have a chance to do it too. Not only do you have a chance, but you have someone with you in your corner that wants to help you do it. I mean, it's literally, I can do this in my sleep. So I would love to do it for you, but you're being mad. Like, you're being mad. You're acting bitter for no reason. You're trying to defend yourself in front of me like I'm your enemy, right? So it's like, unhappy people, miserable people, you know? Listen, everyone has a reason to be upset. Everyone has a reason to be bitter. Everyone has a reason to, you know, play the victim. Not play the victim, but to everyone has a reason to feel like a victim, because everyone is a victim at one point in time. You know, when you're naive, when you don't know any better, or when you haven't experienced, you know, certain things that helped you gain the wisdom that you have now, you know, you were a victim at one point in time. But once you're like past 25, once you're in your 30s, once you are very aware of what's going on with you, how you treat people, how your life is going and why it's going the way it's going, you are not a victim at some point in time. You are no longer a victim at some point in time. At some point, you have to ask yourself, why am I not taking chances? Why am I not investing? Why am I not saving? Why am I not letting go of certain vices, certain toxic vices that are holding me back? Why haven't I stopped smoking? Why haven't I stopped drinking? Why haven't I stopped spending money on things that do nothing but hurt me, my mental and my physical health? At some point, you have to take accountability for what's going on in your life and the direction your life is going. So yes, you are a victim at some point in time, but you are not a victim after you are aware, right? If you are aware of what's going on, you have to look at yourself and you have to make decisions that will better yourself. And saying, well, these people on social media, they're not this and they're not real and they're not blah, blah, blah. That's not stopping them from getting their bag. That's not stopping them from achieving things in life. That's not stopping them from building their brands. That's not stopping them from building a clientele. That's not stopping them from selling products. That's not stopping them from making money. That's not stopping them. So as long as you sit around bitter, hating on other people, you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. So it's like the person that I was with in my last relationship, I'm not going to say that he was a horrible person, because he wasn't a horrible person. He was just so unhappy within himself that he projected those feelings onto me, and he tried to convince me that whatever I was doing or however I gained whatever in life, it wasn't valid, right? Or it didn't deserve as much respect because he do this in real life. Right? You do it in real life, right? Okay, cool. So it was hard, honestly. I think that him constantly comparing himself to me and him focusing on me more than he was focused on himself, it just made him resent me more and more in the relationship. And he wouldn't necessarily show it directly. It would always be indirect, right? Like, it would always be like indirect shade or like subliminal type comments that, you know, I would think to myself, like, I wouldn't ever say that to my partner. Like, I would never say that to someone that I love. So why are you saying that to me? You know, hey, Lily, why are you saying this to me? Like, how do you know that this is not going to offend me? How do you know that this is not going to hurt my feelings? Like, do you know that when you are downplaying someone's career or downplaying someone's gifts or success, that you are taking stabs at their self-esteem? Like, do you not realize that? Do you not realize that what you're saying to me could negatively affect my self-esteem? And you're not doing nothing for the relationship by making me feel bad about myself. You know, you're only hurting yourself because I'm your partner. I'm supposed to be here making you better. Yeah, so sometimes it's like people are not, they're not bad people. Like, their soul isn't rotten or whatever, but they're still going through traumatic experiences that they haven't accepted and healed from. So they're going to continue to project on you. They're going to look at what you have, your gifts, what you have access to, as a reason to be around you without actually having to love you and appreciate you and reciprocate that energy. So yes, you may love me, I think, but it's more so that you need me for your ego. Because yeah, you're around. Yeah, you know, you're doing things for me here and there. Yeah, you're still in my life, but being around you doesn't necessarily make my self-esteem improve. Being around you doesn't improve my confidence. It's like I'm just around you because we're a couple and we have camaraderie and we laugh a lot and we have intimate moments, but you don't actually pour into me the way I do you. If I'm doing something new, if I'm expressing myself in a different way, if I'm changing right before your eyes, or if I'm, taking chances and I'm doing something that in your eyes may be great, that's when you start throwing shade. That's when you start projecting on me. So it makes me feel like I can't be my best self because it's going to offend you. You're like, the way that people respond to you leveling up in life can prevent you from actually being who you're supposed to be. Because no one wants to be around people, and offend them. No one wants to shine too bright around people. No one wants to, make people feel bad just because they're being themselves. So you subconsciously shrink yourself around certain people. You subconsciously dim your own light just so you can make other people feel comfortable, or just so you can exist in a relationship or exist in a friendship. Let me know in the comments if you've ever shrunk yourself in order to exist around someone. Let me know in the comments if you've ever dimmed your own light in order to just exist around someone. It's not a good feeling. And, at the time you're doing it, you don't realize what you're doing, right? You're kind of just like, let me just do what I have to do, whatever. Like, I still want my friends, I still want my man and stuff like that. So let me just not do the most. But you don't really realize how much you've hurt yourself until years later, when you finally have a clear point of view, or you've distanced yourself from these people or from this relationship, and you realize how stunted you were all these years. You realize how stagnant you were all these years. Yaya A said, oh girl, I did that a lot. Yes, you don't even realize what you're doing until years or months later, and you look back at your life and you say, I did not grow a bit. I did not save any money. I did not do what I really wanted to do. I didn't really do anything for myself because I was too busy serving other people's ego. You look back and you realize you have not grown. You have not advanced. Jenny said, sometimes you realize and it's too late. Yes, you realize and it's too late. Now you have to backtrack and pick up the pieces of your life. Because you trying to satisfy your partner and you trying to satisfy your friends, and you know what I'm saying? You're not being who you really are to exist in these environments. Now you have to pick up the pieces because you abandoned yourself. You abandoned yourself for people who already abandoned themselves. A long time ago, you abandoned yourself for people who already gave up on their dreams a long time ago. You gave up yourself for someone that wasn't even capable of loving you for real. They only loved what you did for them. They only loved how you made them feel. So it's like my last relationship, it was so confusing because it's like, you were telling me you love me, right? You're here in my life. It's not like you left. You're buying me things for my birthday. You're buying me flowers every now and then. You're filling up my fridge every now and then. You're still doing things to show me that, you care about me. But it's like, I'm afraid to be great around you. I'm afraid to do too much, and I'm already too much. I'd be too much for myself. I'm already jumping from idea to idea. I'm already a very ambitious person. So it's I feel like I have to literally shrink myself and put myself in this perfect housewife box in order to exist around you, because if I do too much, if I'm a little bit too creative, if I'm a little bit too ambitious, if I'm a little bit too successful, it's like I'm gonna trigger you. So let me tell y'all a story, right? So one time, I was playing a game with my ex and this girl that we're both cool with. So the game was like a card game, and it's meant for like a group of people, right? So you pick a card, and it either tells you to ask the group a question, or it dares you to do something, or something like that. So the card that was pulled from our friend was, who in the group will be famous first? No. It was who in the group is most likely to be famous, right? So listen, when she pulled this card, I'm already uncomfortable, because I'm like, my ex already has insecurities about not being famous. So I didn't want her to say me, because I have a bigger following on social media than he does. And I don't want her to say anything that I'm gonna take the heat for later, right? So I'm over here sitting like very uncomfortable. I'm like, why did she have to pull this card? Like, why? Jenny said, that's what a narcissist will do to you, girl. Girl. So I'm over here sitting here uncomfortable. I'm like, damn it, why did she pull this card? Like, she could have pulled any other card in the deck, but she pulled the famous card. And I know that that's his biggest insecurity, is him not being famous. So she goes, who is most likely to be famous? And, you know, she looks at both of us, because there's only 3 people playing the game. So I try to like dim down the question, right? I try to like reduce the intensity of the question. And I'm like, well, you know, let's not do who's most likely to be famous, but let's say who's most likely to be famous first, right? Because in my mind, I'm giving him room, right? Because I already knew she was gonna say me, because I have the following. So I'm like, you know, let me just dim it down a little bit. And I told her, well, do who's most likely to be famous first, right? And she goes, okay. So she goes, probably Breezie. And I'm like, okay, next. So I'm over here trying to put the card under the deck. So can we just move on from this question? And my ex is sitting there, and, you know, he's like, you know, like, you know, it seemed like he, you know, took it, you know, like took it to the chin, you know? I thought that that situation was over and done with. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. About maybe like 3 weeks later, he ends up going on a tangent, and he goes, you know what's crazy? How so-and-so said that you're gonna be famous first. Man, they sleep on me, man. People sleep on me. And I'm coming back, and I'm coming, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh my God. I thought that he knew it was just a game. And I thought that he knew why she said it. She didn't say it because she would sleep on you. She didn't say it because she would sleep on your talent, or she didn't think you had potential. She just said it because I had the following. Like, that's like obvious, you know. That's not downplaying you as an artist or downplaying you as a person. She's just saying that maybe, speaking hypothetically, I might get famous first, but it's crazy because I don't even want fame. Like, the reason why I have a following on YouTube and on Instagram is because of my talent. Because I do hair. Not because I was online acting a plumb fool. You know what I'm saying? So even when people bring up the fame thing, like, or they try to make it seem like what I'm doing is for fame and attention, that's so offensive, because it's like, you have to master a craft, become relentless with it, and give it to the world, right? With no expectations. And that's how you gain recognition. That's how you gain those blessings, you know? You don't master your craft to become famous. You master your craft to become the best. And your following and the recognition and the blessings are a byproduct of you mastering your craft and giving it to the world. right? So the fact that he tried to make it seem like, oh, they sleep on me, blah, 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 blah. It's like, you're missing the whole point. You're missing the point. If you are a talented artist and you know that you have a lot of potential to be, you know, world renowned and stuff like that, you need to go ahead and master your craft, master your music, put it out, give it to the world, and be relentless. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. You don't just convince people that you're the best and then you all of a sudden gain notoriety. You have to do it. So when he went on that tangent, you guys, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So when, it's funny because when people around you, right, even if people are covertly preying on your downfall, right? They may not be overtly preying on your downfall. They may be covert, meaning that they don't want you to see them as a hater. They don't want to like blow their spot, you know? So they don't want to like be out front with the haterism and stuff. They're going to try to say things that try to knock you, or they're going to try to overly defend themselves, or they're going to try to like do things in a very passive aggressive manner around you. But to me, passive aggressive and aggressive is the same thing, because if I can tell what you're doing, what's the difference? If you come to me and you say, I don't like you, or I don't like what you're doing, or I don't like you because you're annoying and you seem like an attention seeker, that is just as disrespectful as you saying, I don't respect people that do things for social media because social media is not real life. What makes you any less of a hater just because you're being passive aggressive rather than aggressive? If anything, you're a coward to me. You're a coward. So once you realize, right? Once you realize that you're in a situation and you are around people that do not want the best for you, right? They sometimes act like they want the best for you, right? Sometimes. So it confuses you. It's like, I can't tell where this person stands in my life. I don't know if they're my enemy or I don't know if they're my friend. They do things for you sometimes, but sometimes they reveal their true feelings. Once you realize that you are around people that do not want to see you do better than them, they want to see you do good, but they don't want to see you do better than them. You doing better than them triggers their insecurities. It illuminates their downfalls. It reminds them what they're not doing. It reminds them how their fear is preventing them from chasing their dreams. It reminds them the vices and the bad habits that they're unwilling to let go of in order to level up in life. They're not willing to stop gambling. They're not willing to stop drinking. They're not willing to stop spending their money on weed and drugs. They're not willing to put their career above women or above men. You know, if you're a girl that has friends who are boy crazy and these friends are talented, they have so much potential, like they can be so great in your eyes, but they keep chasing men. They keep getting in these relationships that completely minimize them as a person, and they don't end up using any of their potential. When you're around people that aren't willing to sacrifice to advance themselves, and they project their fears onto you, and they project their anger onto you and their resentment onto you, once you realize that you have people around you that want to see you do good, they want to see you do all right, but they don't want to see you do better than them, you got to separate yourself. You got to separate yourself, because they're going to do nothing but bring you down. They're going to do nothing but make you feel like if you dare advance, if you dare try to do better for yourself, if you dare, oh, you're changing. Oh, you're not the same. Oh, you think you're all that. Oh, you're a narcissist. Oh, you're an attention seeker. Oh, you're arrogant. Become unreachable and unrecognizable. Become someone that the people in your life that you try to love, that you try to support, can't even reach. Become someone that they don't even recognize when they think about you. Change your energy. Increase your vibration. Eat healthier than ever before. Work out. Change your look. Adjust your wardrobe. Completely morph into the version of yourself that you see in your mind at its highest point. Do not wait to become your greatest self. Do not wait for an opportunity. Do not wait for a dollar amount. Do not wait to live in a certain location to be your greatest self. It starts with your body. It starts with you. Change yourself. Become someone unrecognizable to the people that took you for granted. Become unrecognizable to the people that try to project their fears and their insecurities onto you. Become unrecognizable to people that said things to you to try to tear you down and affect your self-esteem so you would stop going. Become unrecognizable to the people that try to put you down and that try to make you feel bad about yourself because you chose to do something for you. Y'all, I'm seeing y'all's comment, but for some reason, it's like, it's making all the comments mesh in with each other. Like, I don't know, I don't know what's going on with this app right now. But once again, thank you for everyone that has joined the live. We are talking about why to become unreachable and unrecognizable, and how it can help you stay focused on your journey and becoming your best self. You know, one thing that I realized, right, is a lot of people, which was me, people value having an army of friends, and people value having friends rather than having success, right? So whenever you distance yourself from people and you really get focused on your passion and your purpose, the only thing that people will be able to say to you as a weapon is, that's why you ain't got no friends. That's why no one likes you. That's why you're unapproachable. That's why they always like weaponize people, right? Because they have all the friends in the world, supposedly, right? Or they're trying to make it seem like they have all the friends in the world. But because you chose to isolate yourself, focus on you, and and cut off any unnecessary, unhealthy connections, now all of a sudden you ain't got no friends. Now all of a sudden, that's why no one likes you, right? Now all of a sudden, that's why you ain't got no man, because you left someone who was cheating on you, lying to you, and disrespecting you. Oh, now it's I ain't got no man. Okay, cool. When before you were telling me to leave him, but I guess after you became mad at me, or after you thought that I was acting superior or whatever you would now, however your feelings changed about me, now it's now I ain't got no man, right? Now it's, oh, that's why you ain't got no friends. After you were telling me to my face that you feel like my friends are fake. Now it's I ain't got no friends. Okay. Got it. Got it. People's disposition will switch up on a drop of a dime, and they will weaponize friends against you. Because people is the only thing they have. They don't have success. They don't have accolades. They don't have things, tangible accomplishments to be proud of, or at least maybe they do in your eyes, you know what I'm saying? But I guess they don't in their eyes, because when they look at you, they feel inferior. So God forbid you offend these people. God forbid you make them mad. God forbid. Now that's why you ain't got no friends and no one likes you. That's why now that's why you ain't got no man, or that's why you can't keep a woman. Now it's all of this. Now it's all of this. Where before you were telling me to get away from these people. You were trying to wake me up about how I was being a people pleaser. You were trying to tell me about how people were using me. Now it's I ain't got no friends. Wow. Wow. You will use everything you can. You will use everything you can, won't you? You will weaponize everything you have in your little arsenal, wouldn't you? I don't believe it. Because you already told me how you really felt. I don't believe it. Become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that try to make you feel bad about how you had to separate yourself from toxic people that didn't want to see you do better than them. What we have to acknowledge is people is a very strong currency in our lives. The energy that comes with people is such a strong currency that it can affect our lives, and it can determine whether we become successful or whether we stay stagnant. If you are around people who are never really growing, like they're surviving, but they're never really like growing, right? Like they never increase. You will take on those qualities. If you are around people who are constantly growing and constantly increasing, you will take on those qualities. You don't necessarily have to cut people off that aren't growing, but you have to be mindful who you're spending the most of your time with. Because you become who you hang around. You will slowly become who you hang around. So you have to be very, very mindful who you're spending the most time with. It's easier to go down than it is to go up. Gravity pulls down. It's way easier to go down than it is to go up. You can go down effortlessly, but it actually takes strength and discipline to move up. So if you're around people that are not growing, that are miserable, always mad at something, seem to have the worst luck in the world, seem to never take accountability for their actions, they just blame, blame, blame all day long, it is inevitable. You are inevitably going to go lower. You are inevitably going to make less money. You are inevitably going to be presented less opportunities from the universe. You are inevitably going to go down. Because that's what you're around. And if you're like me and you have that people-pleasing syndrome, You're going to try to lift these people up with you that don't even want to lift themselves up? You're going to try to change these people that don't even want to change themselves? You're going to try to make these people better people, right? And convince them to have discipline and see their light and do all this stuff when they don't even want to take accountability for where they're at in life right now? Don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time. When people try to weaponize friends against you and people against you and say, oh, that's why you ain't got no friends. That's why you can't keep a man. That's why no one likes you. Don't listen to him. Don't listen. They don't even believe that. They don't even believe it. Only reason why they're saying it is because that's the only thing that they can say. What they gonna say? Oh, that's why you're not pretty? Can't say that. That's why you're not successful? Can't say that. I've had someone even go as low to say, that's why you're never gonna reach over 100,000 followers because you're always all over the place and you don't know where you're going in life. Or she said something like that. This is my own cousin that said that. I said to myself, that was your insult to me? That was your best insult? That's why I'm never gonna reach over 100,000 followers? That was the best thing that you had? That was the strongest ammo that you had? That's why I'm never gonna reach over 100,000 followers? Really? You thought that was gonna hurt my feelings? People will say anything. Anything. And you'll realize that they'll never touch on things that they can't relate to. They can't say that's why you're not successful. They can't say that's why you're not beautiful. They can't even say it because they know that not even they believe it. So the only thing that they can try to convince you is that's why no one likes you. That's why you ain't got no friends. Okay. I mean, are you just saying that because you're not in my circle anymore? That probably is why you're saying that. I used to equate my value and my likeness with how many friends I had, right? So one time I had a birthday and it made me insecure, right? Because when I was younger, like when I was like 17, 18, I used to throw birthday parties and, you know, get like sections at the club and like mad people would show up, right? So that would make me feel love. Like, yeah, like everyone wants to show up to my birthday party and everyone wants to be where I'm at and stuff like that. So it was like a boost to my ego. Like, I mean, it wasn't like I was like bragging about it publicly, but it used to make me feel good about myself, right? That if I put out a flyer and I say, you know, pull up for my birthday and a bunch of people showed up, like it really made me feel good about myself, right? So as I got older, like my 30th birthday, I had a dinner party, like in a game night, and only like a few of my friends showed up and mainly my family showed up. And I remember thinking like, damn, like, why do I feel like, you know, no one likes me anymore? You know, like where are my friends, you know? Like it kind of made me feel some type of way about myself. But then I had to realize like, wait. The people that aren't here, the only people that aren't here are people that have crossed me and people that I chose to separate myself from. So once I thought about like, okay, why do I feel unloved, you know, in this moment? I wasn't appreciating what I had right in front of me. I wasn't appreciating the real love that I had at my party. I wasn't appreciating the people that want to love and support me no matter where I'm at in life, whether I'm below them or whether I'm seemingly achieving more or whatever. I am around people that genuinely love me and that want to see me do good, even if it's better than them. People that have never tried to bring me down. people that have never tried to throw insults at me, people that never tried to use me, right? If I did something for them, they reciprocated energy. If I did a free wig on them and had them on my channel, they tipped me or they paid me. You know, these weren't people that just were around me for what I had to give. And once I like had to think about that for a second, I'm like, wait, like I'm actually around real love right now. Like I'm around genuine love right now. So there's no one that anyone can tell me about, oh, that's why you ain't got no friends. No, you're just mad because you're not my friend. You're mad because you're not my friend. And when I go down the list of what you've done for me versus what I've done for you, my list is extensively longer. Okay? Expeditiously longer. So you telling me that's why I ain't got no friends, it does nothing for me, because where have your friends gotten you, sis? What type of friends that you have that I would be jealous about? Are your friends giving you opportunities? Are your friends helping you make more money? Are your friends increasing your knowledge and you know, taking you places in life? Do you have friends that I would even be remotely jealous of? So the fact that that comment, that jab used to offend me, I had to really ask myself, girl, this person ain't got nothing on you, honey. And what's funny is they don't even have any friends. They don't even have any friends. So you're gonna let someone who if you had the opportunity to switch lives with, you wouldn't do it. And someone who don't even have anyway, you're gonna let someone like that convince you that you're not a likable or lovable person because you had to separate yourself from people? You're gonna let someone like that convince you that you're not likable or lovable because you had to cut people off that was using you and hating on you? You're gonna let someone like that convince you that you're not likable or lovable? Y'all, literally, I'm so mad right now because I can't see y'all's comments. Like, this is really crazy. Like, I'm trying to see y'all's comments so bad and I just can't see it. It's like meshing everyone's comment together and it looks like one big blob of words. Oh gosh. Well, I guess I'm gonna go back after this, after the live, and go through the comments and just respond if I'm able to do that. But yeah. So, you know, they say that if you die with at least one good friend, you're blessed. If you die with at least one honest, loving friend, you are blessed. You're blessed. Because I was seeking validation from people for a long period of my life, I ended up with like a bunch of girlfriends, like a bunch. Like, you know how a lot of people have like one best friend, or like, yeah, she's my best friend, or I have two best friends. I had like 10 of those. I had 10 people that all felt entitled to what I had and all felt entitled to my energy, because it's like I was constantly looking for someone like that I can like be like, oh, you know, she's my best friend. Or I was always like accumulating friends, right? And because I was such a giving person, like it was easy to be around me. Like it was easy. Like I was always the hairstylist out of like my whole group of friends. So, you know, when you have a hairstylist friend and you have access to her services and you don't have to pay full price, girl, you're gonna have a lot of friends. Or if you do something or if you offer some type of service that benefits other people, I guarantee you're gonna have a lot of friends. Even if you work at McDonald's, you're gonna have a lot of friends because people think that they can get free food. If you are resourceful in any way, you're gonna have a lot of friends. And they may not be real friends, they may be fake friends. Because the moment you're not able to provide them with that service or that resource anymore, you're gonna see how much these people really care about you. I just happened to be that friend that did hair, that would do your hair for $50 or do your hair, you know, for dirt cheap prices. So I just happened to have a lot of girlfriends around me, right? And having that type of social life mixed with being a content creator, I don't mind talking about my life experiences. Like, I don't mind it. It doesn't embarrass me. I always feel confident in myself and my journey. So if I feel like I have to cut someone off, or if I feel like I have to, you know, make sacrifices, I'm going to talk about it in my videos because it's nothing but a testimony to me. People that want to see you fail, people that want to see your demise, they will look at what you're going through in life and try to magnify certain things and try to make you feel bad about it, right? So even though I still have a handful of friends, real friends that love me, and honestly, I'm not gonna say it's more than enough because, well, I mean, yeah, it's more than enough. I want to make sure that all of these people feel loved and appreciated because I love and appreciate all of them. So it's not like I'm taking them for granted or say I have too many friends. Like, no, the amount of friends that I have now that I feel like are real and that reciprocate the energy that I give to them, I mean, honestly, I'm more than blessed. I'm more than blessed. Because I could easily not have people like that, or I may, you know, like I could easily not have people like that. So the fact that I have a handful of those, even now, after falling out with so many other girls, it's like, this is a blessing. Like, the fact that I still have real friends after falling out with so many people on my journey, it's a blessing. So no one can ever convince me, oh, that's why nobody likes you. No, you're just mad because you can't control me. You're just mad because you can't take advantage of my resources. You're just mad, sis. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. You're big mad. Okay. You're extra big mad. So yeah. And it's funny because the person that told me, oh, that's why you're never gonna reach over 100,000 followers because blah blah blah. Honey, my YouTube channel is growing by the second. Okay. Let me stop. Anyways, so become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that took you for granted. You did not celebrate me, appreciate me, or reciprocate energy when we were actually in each other's lives. You did not take the time, find the money, find the anything, find the energy to support or patronize my business when we were actually in each other's lives. You didn't find the time. You didn't find the time to. Maybe you were, so busy trying to people please with other people? I don't know. Maybe you were so busy feeling entitled to what I had rather than thinking that you had to, had to support or patronize. I don't know what you were thinking. But now you're throwing it back in my face like I didn't do nothing for you, like out of love. Now I'm going to become something that you don't even recognize. Now I'm going to become something that you have no access to. Now I'm going to morph into the highest version of myself, and I'm going to live life for me. I'm not living life for other people to accept me. I'm not living life for a crowd of people just so I can look like I have a lot of friends. I don't care about that. I've had a lot of friends before, and It's not what it's cracked up to be. I've had a lot of friends at one time before, and let me tell you something. Um, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. If you've just entered my live, this is a 30-inch lace front unit from GALAXIGirlHair.com. I added a bundle to make it a little bit fuller, a little bit thicker, you know. And I'm going to go out today. I might get some food and treat myself because I've been addicted to just treating myself for the past couple weeks, you know. I am still healing from a breakup. It's not fun. It's not comfortable, but I know that I have to keep it moving because I have no choice, you know. I was already stagnant in the relationship. I was already like preventing myself from really like evolving because I didn't want to make my partner uncomfortable or make him jealous or make him think that I was trying to outdo him or outshine him or something. So so I already was holding myself back in the relationship. So now that I'm out the relationship, it's like I hit the ground running and I haven't stopped and I'm not going to stop. If I'm not unrecognizable to my ex now, that's not even a question. I know I am. It's not even a question. If I'm not unrecognizable to my friends that tried to use me and then guilt trip me when they couldn't control me anymore, it's not even a question. It's not even a question. Become unreachable. Become unrecognizable to people that could have treated you good when they were in your life, but chose not to. Become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that could have supported you, they could have patronized you, they could have reposted your stuff, they could have been on your side when they were in your life, but they didn't find the time to. Don't be afraid of losing people that you know are not good for you. Don't be afraid of losing people who make you feel less of yourself. Don't be afraid to lose people that seem to love you, that make it appear like they love you, but they can't help but to project their unhappiness, their shortcomings, their bitterness, and their fears onto you. Sometimes someone can love you, but they can project on you subconsciously. And whether someone is attacking your spirit directly or indirectly, aggressively or passive aggressively, it's going to affect your spirit either way, right? Sometimes you just can't be around unhealed people. You just can't. Like, you just can't. It doesn't work, you know? And I'm not saying that I'm totally healed. I'm not totally healed, but I for sure don't project on other people if it's negative. And I don't try to make people feel bad about themselves, especially if we're friends or in a relationship, you know? So people know what they're doing. Like, people know what they're doing. People know that something that they say to you may offend you. They know that something that they say to you may affect your self-esteem. They know that something that they're saying to you is going to rub you the wrong way. They know what they're doing. They're just trying to big themselves up because for some reason you intimidate their ego. You intimidate their ego. Whatever you're doing, in life, your relationship, your career, your looks. I mean, girls will literally turn on you for something as superficial as your looks. Your looks. Girls will turn on you for something as superficial as how many followers you have. Really? You know, if I would have listened to people that told me, you're self-centered, you're vain, you do it for fame, you do what you do for fame, you're narcissistic. If I was to listen to those people, I would have shrunk myself into an ant. If I actually believed those comments, I would have shrunk myself. Because if me presenting myself online, talking about my feelings, if me making videos, if me whatever I'm doing that's making you feel the need to call me narcissistic to my face, if I was to actually believe that, I would have shrunk myself. I would have stopped making videos. You know, I would have been like, no, I can't make no more videos because they think I'm a narcissist. I would have stopped making videos. I would have stopped. I would have stopped posting. You know, I would have stopped doing my makeup. I would have stopped doing my hair. I would have just completely disappeared and dissipated into the wind. But I didn't. I didn't believe you, because the same people that downed me, the same people that tried to make me feel bad about myself, are the same people that told me, oh my God, I love what you're doing, I look up to you. Are the same people that call my phone, hey, if you need any models, please let me know. They're the same people. They're the same people that tried to make me feel bad and tried to make me feel like I wasn't loved and wasn't wanted. The same people that told me that's why you ain't got no friends are the exact same people that once told me you need to cut those girls off because they're using you. You need to cut those girls off because they're not your real friends. You already told me how you really felt, girl. So nothing that you can say now is even convincing. It's not even convincing. You can't take back what you told me before. So what you're saying right now, it's not convincing. I already know how you really feel about me. You love me. I already know how you really feel about me. You admire me. I already know how you feel. I inspire you. So now that you're coming back around, now that you've bent the corner and now you're trying to make me feel bad about the same things that you praised me for, I don't believe you, sis. You're lying. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. The friends that you told me to cut off are now the ones that you're weaponizing. Now you're telling me, oh, that's why no one likes you. Oh, okay. Okay. What Beyonce say? What she say? You flip-flopping ass bitches. Flip-flop like a pancake. Flip-flop like a pancake. My ex that loved me sometimes and hated on me other times, that made me think that he wanted the best for me sometimes and then tried to make me feel bad about myself other times. My ex that praised me online but that tore me apart behind closed doors. I don't believe you. I don't believe you when you tell me that. I don't believe you when you told me that I wasn't gonna be able to find love again. I don't believe you. I mean, you loved me. When you told me you can find another me, I don't believe you. For obvious reasons. When you tried to make me feel like nothing, when you didn't listen to me cry, when you didn't listen to my feelings, when you had a chance to take accountability, when you had a chance to apologize to me, when you had a chance to save our relationship, but you wanted to shit on me instead. Now you're telling Facebook, oh, you're so shocked. Oh, I didn't know everything happened so fast. Oh, you will be missed. Oh, now that you're playing victim, your family may believe you, or the 6 people under your post, but I don't believe you. Your true feelings came out about me. Your true feelings came out about me. You know what you were doing. You know you were being sneaky. You know you were trying to betray me. You know you were trying to get your little ducks in order, and you knew that you would have continued to do it if I never caught you. So now that you're online talking about, oh, everything happened so fast. Oh, she does everyone in her life dirty. Oh, she's a bad person. You don't even believe that. You don't even believe that. Become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that praised you online but tore you down behind closed doors. Become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that tried to weaponize the same things they tried to warn you about. Become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that turned on you and started hating on you for the same things they loved about you in the beginning. Become unreachable and unrecognizable to people that turn on you just because you chose yourself. For once. For once. So I'm about to go out to eat. I don't know if I'm gonna go downtown or if I'm gonna just go somewhere local. But I do want to treat myself. Becoming reacclimated with the world after a breakup, it really is hard because you're so used to having somebody with you. You're so used to someone driving you places, you know, you're so used to someone paying for your meals and stuff. So it's like, okay, I'm by myself, you know, I have to feel whole and content by myself, which is not hard. It's just different, you know, when you're used to being with someone for 2 whole years, going to sleep next to them, waking up with them, and doing everything with them, you know, the world of solitude, it can be a little scary. But I'm forcing myself to go out, and I'm forcing myself to be social, and I'm slowly breaking down and melting the ice, you know. And it's getting easier and easier. So I'm excited. So thank you guys for listening to this live. And I'm so sorry I couldn't respond to y'all comments because YouTube is messing up and is glitching. So make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, like this live, share this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.